Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. He's the starting running back for your Centennial Huskies, coming off a big win against Vista Murrieta. Another big game against Murrieta Valley coming up in the Big West Upper. It's Cornell Hatcher. And Cornell, man, from week 0 against Mater Dei to where we are right now, do you feel like this Centennial team, specifically this offense, do you feel like it's actually getting better as we get deeper into the season?
I think we're definitely starting to improve. Like, or not even starting to. I think we've been improving throughout the entire season. You know, we start off playing the number 1 team in the nation. Then a few weeks later, we go out to Vegas to play Bishop Gorman, number 2 team. All the teams that we've played, you know, have been ranked in I'd say our really good teams. Some of the best football I've seen while at Centennial. So I think just that alone's gotten us better. As an offense, it's helped us grow, especially as a defense as well, from what I've seen. So I think just all around, we're starting to click more. We're able to play with each other a lot better, and it really prepared us for league.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, if you're going to lose to anyone, you lose to the number 1 and number 2 teams at the time in the entire nation. You guys had some big wins. I'm thinking of Punahou, you know, at the down there. I think it was at Cathedral Catholic High School, I think, in non-league play. But you guys have had some big wins this season. It has so far through the first 8 games. Is there a game or a moment or something that sticks out to you, like a favorite play or something like that you've really enjoyed so far this season?
I'd say a play that I really enjoyed was I'd say I guess there's 2 moments, both in Punahou and Liberty.
Uh-huh.
We were down in the last minute of both of those games. And we had to drive down the field and score, and it wasn't even we had a short ways to go. It was almost like the full length of the field on both times. So I think those were those moments right there will really stick with me this year.
Yeah, and that was a dramatic finish in that game for you guys to get that win. Mm-hmm. Cornell, when you look at this offense, obviously Matt Logan is a mastermind when it comes to putting together an offense and a game plan and whatnot. But you got Hassan Longstreet back there at quarterback, and he's got 3, 4, 5 receivers that he can go to at any point. When you look at this offense, I feel like it's pretty balanced. I mean, they can obviously give you the ball probably 30, 35 times a game and be fine with it. But, I mean, Longstreet and the receivers, man, they're doing their job too. When you look at this offense, do you feel like it's pretty balanced? And you guys can do a lot of different things. For the opponents, pick your poison. Do you want us to throw the football? We will. Do you want us to run the football? We can do that too.
Yeah, I feel like us being a balanced team really helps us out for what we want to do, because there's we can do whatever we need to against any type of defense that we play. If they don't want to respect the pass, we can just throw it deep. If they don't want to if they want to respect the run, we can just run the ball. I feel like it just opens up a lot of stuff that we can do.
Cornell, how long have you been playing football, and were you always a running back ever since you were a little guy?
Yeah, I started playing for the Corona Chargers, where we practiced up the street from Centennial at Citrus Park. I was a running back then when I was 7 years old.
Did you always want to be the starting running back at Centennial? Because I've been around the IE for about 12 years, and Centennial always has at least one, but they've always had a stud running back every single season. That's something you always hey, I want to be that guy.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Centennial, and it also helps because one of my coaches growing up was Coach Danny Shavitsky, who was the freshman coach here. So I always wanted to go to Centennial and play. And then Friday nights, of course, you go and you watch the games, and I'd see people like J.J. Taylor, Trey Watson, stuff like that. So I always did want to come to Centennial, play running back.
Yeah, man, they got it's running back high school right there, man. Just cranking out all these great running backs. Trey Watson, like you mentioned, J.J. Taylor. Cornell, let me ask you, you got Murrieta Valley this week, and I know the Nighthawks are coming off a tough loss against Chaparral, but they got a great quarterback. They can score a lot of points as well. What do you think is the key to victory against Murrieta Valley this upcoming week? What do you guys have to do well?
I really just think it's knowing our assignments, knowing what we have to do as an offense, being able to, set the tone fast, make it understand that, we're in control of the game.
Yeah, and you guys score so quickly, man. You guys get back to the line. You snap the ball so quickly, I guess, to keep that defense on their heels on the other side. But do you guys just like to, again, you don't waste time. You guys are explosive on offense. 60, 70-yard, touchdown plays are common for Centennial. I feel like you guys get out on the field, 2 or 3 plays later, you're in the end zone already. You guys are so quick on offense.
Yeah, it's definitely something like we pride ourselves with being able to, after players, man, being able to get back on the ball fast and run the next play and being conditioned enough and well enough shape to be able to do that. Just run plays over and over at a fast pace.
Cornell, how about that Liberty game too? We were talking about Punahou and guys beat Liberty from Arizona too. Like those are 2 really good teams, and you guys found a way to win that close game, both those close games at the very end. I mean, what do you think that says about this year's Centennial team that, even when it gets tough, you guys do find a way to get that win when it matters?
I think what it really says about it is just that we're used to being able to be in a battle. We're used to being able to in tough moments, being able to look to each other and rely on each other and not let, the scoreboard get into our heads and just understand all we can do is just go out into the next series and try and score again as fast as possible. So,
even specifically, Cornell, about that Liberty game, you guys were trailing in the second half, but you feel like because of the offense and how quickly you guys score, you're never really out of it. You feel like you can score a couple quick touchdowns and you're back in the game.
Yeah, it's always funny that a lot of people talk about we'll be down by a few scores, but we'll never really it's always we're thinking we're still going to win this game. If we can just do our assignments and stuff. We always like to just tell ourselves that a win is never out of reach until the clock hits 0.
Yeah, you guys are in every single game because that offense, man, you guys, again, not only do you just get, back to the line quickly and you got a lot of snaps, but, man, you guys, big play offense and you guys score so quickly. Cornell, let's finish with this. I mean, you opened the season with Mater Dei, played those guys tough. There's probably a very good chance you might see them again as Centennial routinely does, see them in the semifinals. What do you think you guys have to do to maybe even get better? I know you guys are playing good football right now. You're probably peaking at the right time. You're still trending up. But what do you feel like you guys some areas that you feel like you can still get better so that when you get to the Division I playoffs, you feel like, hey, we've got a real shot to get to that title game?
I feel like, as a team, all we need to do is honestly, it's learning from our mistakes that we've made, past weeks, looking at the past games where we've lost and we've come up a little bit short. I know on my part, something that we could improve on as an offense is turnovers. I think if we can get that down and then, like I've been saying, knowing each other's assignments, knowing what needs to be done, executing our goals up to what we've practiced, play how we've practiced, practice how we play. I think if we can just do that, we'll be able to, pull off the win.
Well, Cornell, listen, I really appreciate the time. Congrats on the season so far, man. It's been a lot of fun following the Huskies this year, and I know there's still a lot of football in front of you guys this year, hopefully a deep playoff run as well. Good luck against Marietta Valley this upcoming week, Cornell. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Centennial running back Cornell Hatcher here on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports.